everybody, it is a Writer's here and welcome to today's redstone tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to build the farm you see directly behind me. Now this is a zero-tick sugar farm introduced to me by a guy named Nexus. A link to his channel and the video that I got this information from will be down in the description. But this is a zero-tick sugarcane farm, and from this current setup you see here, I'm able to produce about 2.5 stacks of sugarcane per minute. So if I go ahead and flick this farm on, you can see it like pop into action, and it's pretty dang quick with its sugarcane. Unfortunately, it is a little bit heavier on the pistons, but you could just see the sugarcane is flowing in right now. And if we just take a look at our random tick speed, you will see that it is indeed currently set to 1, just up there in the corner by my position. And yeah, so this thing produces a wild amount of sugarcane, and without further ado, I think we should go ahead and get right into the tutorial. So to start off this tutorial, here is all the objects you will need. The amount of these objects is placed down in the description. The dirt down in the description can be replaced with sand, however, I do not recommend it. But here are all the objects you will need, and the amounts are down in the description. So let's go ahead and get started on the farm, and the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and build up where our sugarcane is going to be. Since I'm in a super flat world, I'm going to build up a couple blocks, and then what you want to do, you want to take this and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You want it to be exactly 13 and then no more. Then beneath this, you want to take a building block. It could be any building block. It doesn't necessarily have to be iron. Since iron is indeed a pretty expensive block, build that out. I'm going to use ice for my transportation system, though this is not a requirement. So I'm going to go ahead, grab myself some ice, and we're going to just go ahead, place that along here. We're actually building the little transportation system first, so that way you can use it to your heart's content while you're building the farm. It doesn't take much to build up this farm, so I want to go ahead and yeah, build in the transportation system first. So yeah. Okay, now when you are placing the hopper in, you are going to want to make sure to have your chest covered up a little bit, because otherwise these items can go flying by. And then you're going to want to build this little guardrail right here up by 3 blocks, because otherwise some of your sugarcane will get lost when the pistons that push the sugarcane off fire. If you do not need tons and tons of sugarcane, you can have a farm with loss in it. But if you want the full 2.5 stacks per minute, then I would recommend building this up, indeed, the 3 layers. So our next step is going to be to put in pistons, so that way our farm can actually work as it's supposed to be. So go ahead, grab yourself some temporary blocks, and then what you're going to do is you're going to build up to here and there, and then you're going to take a regular piston. Make sure it is not a sticky piston and place it there, and you're going to do the same all the way down your farm. Okay, so now you're going to also take another set of regular pistons, and you're going to go ahead and build it out just like this. Make sure all your pistons are facing up, and you should get a nice shape like this where you can see pistons on all sides. Okay, and once you're done with that, make sure you do indeed have a barrier right here, so that way your water doesn't flow out. Make sure that goes in on both sides as well. And then our third step is going to be, we're going to take our stairs. So I'm going to go ahead, quickly select the stairs, and you're going to want to place them in so that they are upside down and facing away from where you're going to plant your sugarcane. It's very, very important that you do this in this exact formation, so that way when we waterlog these stairs, which they will be waterlogged, they will not flow everywhere. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead, want to grab a solid block again, and then you're going to go ahead and make a line right along the back of these pistons, and then you're going to go on top of these pistons and make yet again another line of solid blocks. And then once you've gone ahead and done that, on top of these solid blocks, we're going to just make one more line And that should be that. And what you can do now is you can go ahead and waterlog those stairs. This is not a requirement right now. You could do this at any point, but you have to have these barriers up. So go ahead, waterlog all those stairs, and you can also now grab, oh, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's quite the opposite. In fact, you could go ahead, grab yourself some sugarcane now, and you can plant in all of your sugarcane. And this is if you would like to. You do not have to. It is not a requirement at this point. What you're going to do from here is you're going to go ahead and grab your last pistons, and you're going to place them going along here, facing into the sugarcane. So that way when we start booting up the farm, it will actually start working. And this is what's going to be knocking off your sugarcane, sending it into the water streams down there. From here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go beneath here, and you're actually going to want to place a line of solid blocks right next to these pistons. Just like that. And this is really all of the farm component done. All we have left to do is some of the redstone, so I'm going to go ahead, select my redstone components if my game would stop lagging. So you're going to need your redstone torches, you're going to need your observers, you're going to need your repeaters, you're going to need your pistons and sticky pistons, and you're going to need some solid blocks for this. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up here and place redstone dust all along the top of these blocks, all along the top of these blocks, and all along the top of these blocks. These are what's going to be powering your pistons. And yeah, it's pretty simple from there. So what you're going to want to do now is going to go ahead, head up here, put a single block out there with a redstone torch, or not redstone torch, redstone repeater, and place a block on the end of that. And that should be your upper section practically completely done. Then go ahead, head down, and from here you're going to want to build out a single block that acts as a stepping stool right there. And on the side of this block, go ahead and place a redstone torch. And that should power all of your pistons right there. And you're going to want to place some redstone dust on top of that. Not a torch, redstone dust. And then go ahead, build yourself out a platform like this. You're going to want to take a redstone repeater, run it into that block, take your redstone dust just like so, and lay it out like that. And I'm going to create myself just a little platform real quick so I have the area to work. Okay, so once you have that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take an observer and make sure that it is facing this way, so that way when you place it down, if it would place correctly, hello, maybe I'll just place it like that. There we go. It should have activated your pistons just like that. You may see some sugarcane instantly grow, but that's less than likely. Then what you want to do is you want to take a observer and put it facing in this direction, so that way their little faces are looking at each other. Go ahead and place a sticky piston on the end of that. And then go ahead to take a lever, if my computer will work, there we go, and place it right next to that sticky piston. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take one more observer and place it there looking into that observer. So in theory, if we turn this on now, you should see our sugarcane start to zero tick. And it's pretty dang quick, so yeah, you could do that as a check to make sure that your sugarcane is indeed zero ticking. And then what you're going to want to do is there's just a little bit left. You're going to want to take a sticky piston, and I'm actually going to build up my platform just a little bit more. And you're going to want to have it right here, facing in this direction. So that way you can go ahead, place another block right there. And in theory, so what you need to do is take your lever, have a little bit of redstone dust running out of that into that piston. And then you're going to want to take a repeater. This one is going to be set to 1 tick and 1 tick alone. Go ahead, take a block, put a redstone torch on top of that. One more block and one more redstone torch. And yeah, that's going to start to control. Sorry, I misbuilt this. So you're going to want to take this block and put it there. Put a block before that repeater and then put your redstone dust. And that's going to control when these pistons will fire. So then what you want to do is you want to take 3 repeaters, set those all to 2 ticks, and place blocks in between them. And then you're going to basically do the same for every repeater I show you. So there to 2 ticks, block, 2 ticks, 2 ticks, 2 ticks, block, block, and then do not put a block here, because when we turn this farm on, that will instantly start this clock. And as you can see, our farm is actually now up and running for the most part. All we have to do now is put in our water streams. And the nice thing is you do not have to worry about when you turn this off. When you flick that lever, the farm will automatically turn off. Now for your water streams, you're going to need a water bucket or a couple water buckets. You really only need 2, and then you're going to need 3 signs. 3 exactly. So go ahead, grab your water bucket and place it in there. And then just to make sure that we have lossless items, we are going to place 1 sign there and 1 sign there and our water bucket right there. This will cause any items that fall into this column to instantly be pushed off. And then yeah, actually you do not need the 3rd sign if you build it like this. And so what we could do now is I'm going to do a time lapse of this farm running for exactly 2 minutes, and we will see how much sugarcane we get from it. You can see that there's nothing in this large chest. Let me go ahead and real quick pull up my timer, and yeah, we'll get straight into that time lapse. I hope it looks pretty cool. Hope you all enjoy it. And without further ado, here we go. Okay, and that is 2 minutes, so any of the video spikes that you saw there, the lag spikes, were caused by OBS Studio having an overload on the encoder, so that was not necessarily caused by the farm, though the farm could be a contributing factor, since lots and lots of redstone updates, especially with the pistons. But if we go ahead and look in our chest, we were actually getting just over 2 stacks of sugarcane per minute with that. So this is a pretty dang insane farm, and the nice thing is, if you want to, you could take the modules, which are these sections right here, starting here, and you can stack them and just use this single timing circuit to be able to control the entire thing. So this is set up to be optimal for the farm. I have done many different tests with lots of different redstone timings, and I found that this is the most efficient. And yeah, so if you want to see me make more redstone videos like these, please go ahead, let me know down in the comment section. If you did like this video, please consider giving it a like. And if you want to see more, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do hope that you enjoyed this a little bit different video from what I'm used to doing. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!